Hi guys, today I want to show you how you can manage multiple S3 buckets with a single resource in Terraform. And on the screen you can see the code block for this operation. How this project came to light. So this is actually a real life example that your organization would like to manage multiple S3 buckets and how you could do it. Instead of writing every time a resource for every single bucket, you can manage it with basically a single resource block. And this is, of course, if you want to manage buckets in the same regions. However, I'm going to show you how you can manage multiple S3 buckets in multiple regions, but let's first see how we do it in a single region. I don't want to confuse you from the beginning. You can see the structure. I would post this in my GitHub, and I'll send and I'll put a GitHub a link in the video description. Basically, the code is very small chunk, and I didn't put a lot of values for the S3 buckets because I don't want to confuse you even further. But what are we doing here is like using the count option for the buckets, because we want to create we want to control the buckets from our variables, where we create a variable of type list. And in this type list, we put all the names of the buckets that we want to create. I named my customers because it would be easier for you to understand the use case. For example, let's say your organization has 3 customers, and these customers require S3 buckets to be created in a single AWS account that you call backup account. So these buckets will be used for backing up EC2 instances, and the snapshots will be put in these buckets. Okay, we need the buckets. And your task is to create those multiple buckets in this account. It can be in one region, it can be in multiple regions. In my case, it was multiple regions, but first let's start with a single regions. So in the main.tf, I have defined the resource, and with the count we are leveraging the power of defining all the buckets in the variables. Basically the name, how much buckets we're going to create. Here we're stating that the buckets should be private. Of course, we don't want anyone to access the backups. In the providers, since we're going in the other use case, I'm going to show you how we manage buckets for multiple providers, not just only one region. And if you want to create buckets in multiple regions, then you need to state multiple providers. This is the logic in Terraform. So yeah, in the first example here, I'm going to just quickly show you how we create. So in the variables, we have 3 customers, basically 3 buckets. And here we are going to create 3 buckets in the EU West 1 region. So yeah, let's start. Of course, first we are doing Terraform init in the directory that our resources are residing. Okay, so after the Terraform init has completed, we are ready to do a Terraform plan for our resources. Okay, so it took a few seconds to do the plan, and basically the output of Terraform plan will show us how much resources we're going to have. And as you probably guessed already, since we have 3 defined names in the variable, we are going to have 3 resources created in our AWS account. So basically you can verify the names, also the regions, the tags for the customer and the customer name. You can apply different tags. In my case, I want every customer to have a tag with its name. So if you do some additional extractions for the buckets and some reports, you can use the tag so that you can group the buckets. And basically you see the configuration for each resource. And now we're going to do the Terraform apply. I'm putting the command here. I also put the auto approve the auto approve command, because I already saw what the plan would do. I don't want to approve it additionally. And let's see what will happen. Okay, so it took around 1 minute for these resources to be created, and as you can see, we get here the output that the resources were created. And if we go into our AWS account and do a refresh, we can see that the buckets have been successfully created. Okay, so as simple as this, you can manage multiple S3 buckets with a single resource. And let's say now you have the requirement that a new customer has been the new customer has been introduced to your organization. So you need to create new bucket for him in the same region, and you need to just go copy the name or use whatever name the customer requires and append it here in the variable. And now when you do a Terraform plan, you should be able to see that the new resource will be successfully created. So let's see. Okay, the plan has been completed. So we see that we're going to add one resource, nothing to change and nothing to destroy. And basically, if we do an Terraform apply auto approve, we should be able to see the bucket created in the AWS account. So let's see. Okay, so the operation completed successfully. And we can see that in the output of the terminal, we see one resource was added. Let's go back to the AWS account and refresh. And here you are. You have a additional bucket created in the same region. So now you have 4 buckets. Okay, so I don't want to make this video too long, but in the next one I'm going to show you actually how you can manage multiple regions, not only a single region, manage multiple buckets in multiple regions. So if you're interested in that, you can see it in the next video. But basically, if you have any questions or this has been useful to you, please leave a comment in the video and also like it so it can get to more people. As I said, this is a very practical real life example of how you can manage your buckets in your organization. So thank you for watching and see you in the next one.